Hello and welcome. This is Esperanza Montalvo with the secret to selling in the new diverse economy. Connecting first, then selling. Enjoy the following presentation. Understanding how other people make decisions based on their unique personalities is the key to increasing effectiveness in relating to people and making the connection and sell. I was afraid of selling at one point. I didn't like the word selling. Now, however, I look forward to opportunities to connecting and serving the needs of my clients. Selling to me has become a joy. The art of selling is all about building relationships, more so nowadays with the advent of social media. Learning how to connect before attempting to make a sale is a core competence of the new economy. We are all in sales. This is what I always tell participants, whether we recognize it or not. We are continuously selling ourselves to our clients, partners, co-workers, employers, family, friends, you name it. In this short presentation, you will find, number one, the 4 basic personalities. Number 2, decision-making styles of each personality. Number 3, few recognizing aspects of each personality. And number 4, what to ask and what to say. By using keen observation skills, we are able to find out which of the 4 basic personalities we are talking to. We could be talking to the drivers or to the analytics, promoters, or amiables. And it is very important that we have the ability to recognize those differences. Let's talk about the decision-making styles for each of the personalities, starting with the drivers. They make decisions quickly, will say yes or not quickly, want results and get it done with it, know exactly what they want, and if they find it, will say yes easily. They will ask questions, and when you answer them, ask them to buy. This is the time to make the sale. They don't want to hear all about options or everything the product will do. They don't care. They want to control the presentation and sometimes appear to be difficult clients. And when they get the information as they want it, they make a decision and say yes. Bottom line for the drivers, they want results and show that they have power. Now, the analytics. These are the people who want details. They prefer written material. So stay with it until you have answered all their questions. Have them totally involved. They are interested in saving time and money. And when will they say yes? As soon as their need for logic is satisfied. So when you ask them, does this make sense? And the answer is yes, demonstrating the product or service is only a formality. Quickly show the product and go over the details of the presentation and then ask them to buy. Bottom line for analytics, clarity and details so that they can make logical decisions. Here for the promoters, excitement is very important. They will go along and appear to be an easy yes, but not always, because the excitement could be about your presentation more so than the actual product. To get to a yes with the promoted, show benefits, especially if they are related to social opportunities that come with your product. Let them talk about their accomplishments. Listen. They like to impress people. The more impressed you are, the better it is, the easier for you to make that sale. Bottom line for promoters, show that they are important and that they can benefit, especially with things related to status, to promotion, to involvement. Now, the group of amiables. They take longer to make decisions because they are very careful and often don't trust their own intuition. As well, the amiables need reinforcement and will often depend on you for leadership and guidance. The moment to make the decision, the buying decision, you tell them, quote, you should say yes now. In their mind, this takes the responsibility off their shoulders and makes them feel very comfortable. Bottom line for the amiables, trust is the most important thing for this group. Now let's go into recognizing the personalities. In human behavior classifications, broad generalizations are made. So let's go into the drivers and see what we could look for. Well, the driver tends to be impatient, is directive, authoritative, comes out as bold, communication is to the point, they speak quickly, and show air of power. Let's look at the analytics. The analytics are more reserved, tend to be introspective, expect clarity, precision, step by step. They seem to be quiet and often appear formal, and they are really concerned with details. Let's continue with the promoters. And before I continue, I'd like you to remember that we are more complex than these generalizations. However, these distinctions will give you a basic idea of the differences. So the promoters tend to be extroverted, flamboyant. They are attention grabbers. They want to be the center of attention, speak fast and loud. They find status to be very important, and they often look for admiration. Now into the amiables. They are people who are reserved, good listeners, down to earth. Very often they dislike a conflict because harmony is very important in their lives. Feelings are very important, and they tend to be informal. It is important that you begin to make this information relevant. So take the time to think of people you know who could represent each of the personalities. Pause this presentation if you need to. Someone who represents the driver, or someone who has the aspects of the analytic, the promoter, or the amiable. Take the time to do this exercise. The next step is to understand what to say and how to ask when we are dealing with different personalities. And each personality needs a highly individualized strategy. And that's why we need to be aware of who we are dealing with. Now, what we are presenting here is a very simplistic list of questions we can ask each personality type. So to a driver, we can be as direct and simple as, would you like to use Visa or MasterCard? Or, how do you want your name to appear? These are very direct questions. Now with the promoted, could be as simple as engaging as, that's a great deal, isn't it? As you fill in the paper. So you can see the difference now between what you would do, what you would ask or say to a driver, as opposed to what you would say to a promoter. Now, what to ask and say to the analyticals or amiables? Well, the analyticals and amiables desire an extensive review of everything covered before you ask them to buy. Remember, details are important, and it takes patience and time, of course. Guidance to the yes could be something like, based on what you've told me here today, I think you should go ahead with this. So it covers both sides, the analytical who want to see all the details, and the amiables who need that little push or reinforcement to make the decision. We're almost at the end of this presentation. Would you like to try your understanding? Quickly answer true or false to the following statements. Are drivers interested in details? When you talk to amiables, slow down. Promoters want excitement. Analytics look for admiration. With a driver, you'll speak to the point. Amiables won't buy until trust is created. For the correct answers, go to the last slide. And here is one final note. Clients need to digest our information. When presenting facts and new concepts, Let's add pauses and small silences, because we don't want to hear our clients or the people that we're talking with saying things like, I have to think about it. Certainly it is up to us to give them the time now, or they will take it later. Did I say later? Well, we don't want to stop here. Learning to recognize the unique personalities of others takes practice. And when we do, our connecting and selling skills bring us numerous words. So I encourage you to practice the understanding that you got from this presentation. And here's my motto. People don't like to be sold. People like to be understood. This is Esperanza Montalvo, looking forward to our next connection. Bye for now.